Okay, so I'm not an expert on this. I want to clarify. I just want to make a video because I feel like a lot of people, especially beginner level players, don't understand this concept. They do it, they just don't understand what's happening. So, as we know, each move has a certain amount of frames. So, jab is about 5 frames, and close slash is about 7 for Kai. However, you also have recovery frames, the frames in which you're recovering from doing that move. And that's where, usually in your recovery frames, you get hit and punished for throwing out random moves, right? So, when you do a combo, you still have those recovery frames. They're still happening. It's just you can kind of cancel out of them to continue the combo. You know, it's hard to explain other than like saying because you're hitting something, the game recognizes that, and so you can continue the combo. So let's say we're trying to do a combo, but we want to use a move with a high amount of recovery. So for example, let's use Kai's 6H. If I throw it out raw here, you can see the frames in which he's recovering. You can see he's visibly trying to get back. You know, he's trying to get back into neutral. Or if I use DP, the time in which he's falling down, he is completely recovering. What can we do? He's completely vulnerable, and he's still recovering from using DP. He cannot do anything in that state. So what if I want to use a combo with a high recovery like 6H or DP? There's this funny little concept called buffering. And what buffering is you do an input while you're doing the animation for another move. So for example, if I want to use dire eclat to get to do a relaunch, that's the term. I can do dire eclat while I can do the input while he's doing 6H. So you guys can see my inputs. So if we come over here to wall, you can see I'm doing it while he's in the midst of the animation for 6H. And that's what buffering is. So certain combos aren't possible. Kai can still do it while delaying it. You know, it's harder to get the relaunch, but some combos in this game are not possible without buffering your moves. Something to keep in mind. So, for example, mid-screen, let's say you're playing Testament and you want to just get a simple basic combo to get, because you got neutral. Oops, I don't play the character. So that's the combo. I'm a masher when I do combos, so I got it to come out. But if you don't mash, I think typically this doesn't work. See, because I waited for the 6H to finish, it did not actually connect with Kai, even though Kai was still in recovery frames from hitting the floor. However, if I go to do this, and I do it while he's in the midst of 6H, it lands because the game recognizes that Kai is still in recovery frames and I input a move. So it works. It's hard to explain without getting into the specifics of it, but that's basically what buffering is. So let me show you some of the kind of things you can do with buffering. Kai, as we've discussed, Kai is still in a large amount of recovery frames when he does DP. However, when he enters Dragon Install state, those recovery frames are still existent, but they're definitely not as prevalent as they are in his normal form. So we can take advantage of this and do combos with buffered DPs in order to get insane amounts of damage. Four DPs, and it's because I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I was buffering. There might have been one or two where they were specifically timed due to height, but because we buffered, we were able to get 4 DPs and almost kill Testament. I'm pretty sure if we have more risk, we can actually kill here. So we were on 50 risk. Let's do it with 60. I'm not going to keep trying, but around 65 risk gauge with buffers in our combo, we can almost kill Testament. If I have the clip, I'll put it up, but this combo does kill around 60, 65 risk gauge on Zato. But that's the kind of stuff you use buffers for and what you're capable of with. So you're fucking dead.
I am dead. I was...
One last thing I want to touch up on. You can buffer dashes. So in Guilty Gear Strive, they introduced the ability to bind dash to a button instead of a 2-button press. Now if you do a 2-button press, you'll get like Roman cancel or burst. So that's a pretty cool change, but with it, if I were to do this normally, I would have to do kick and 6H to get a combo off of this. But let's say I land a raw 6H. Because I microdashed in the middle there, I was able to get a follow-up. Without that, I'm not gonna really... Well, maybe, wait. See, I'm not gonna be able to follow up on that. But because, well... Okay, so from this distance... I'm not able to get follow-up. But from that same distance, if I micro dash, I get a wall break. Or if you have the meter, you get a free super. So just some things to think about next time you enter the lab and you are struggling with a combo. Just make sure you try and buffer, and if that doesn't work, it could be a character specific combo or a distance specific thing. For example, the kill combo didn't kill Zato, but it didn't kill Testament, but it would kill Zato. That's because of weight, and each character has a certain amount of guts in this game, so that's character specific. Height specific, the TOD I try to do would not work on May, I don't think, because she's too short and she would fall out. So just some things to consider when you're trying a combo and it's not working. Just make sure you give buffer a shot, and then if that doesn't work, I would try and ask people around if you can. And yeah, hope that was helpful. I don't really see this concept talked about too often, and I think if you're trying to get in fighting games, it's something that's really useful to know. So yeah, hope that was helpful.